The search for a missing Thunder Bay man has come to a tragic end. Confederation College welcomes Thunder Bay Police onto campus. And a WestJet strike has been avoided with a last-minute deal. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley McManus. The search for a missing Thunder Bay man has come to a tragic end. The family of 55-year-old Pierre Kotash has confirmed that a body discovered in Westfort yesterday afternoon is that of their loved one. The last confirmed sighting of Kotash was at 5:30 p.m. Saturday, when he was on foot in the Thunder Center area. Police said he was nonverbal as a result of a brain injury. The body was spotted by a passerby at around 2 p.m. yesterday near the 1300 block of Gore Street West. The area was blocked off to the public, and police are expected to hold the scene until after a post-mortem is completed. Kotash's family posted on social media thanking Thunder Bay Police for their efforts, along with the public for offering tips and helping search for the missing man. The Transportation Safety Board is deploying a team of investigators to the Deer Lake Airport after a small plane had a mishap right after it landed. A spokesperson for the TSB says it happened at around 1:30 this morning. The plane apparently overran the runway and was substantially damaged. The TSB was told there were 5 people on board with no serious injuries or fatalities. The aircraft is registered to SkyCare Air Ambulance. No one from Deer Lake First Nation was available for comment on the crash. Confederation College students will be seeing more Thunder Bay police officers on campus. The school has provided the police force with an office space, which will allow officers to catch up on work outside of their Balmoral Street headquarters. This new partnership is expected to foster community relationships and help students. Jess Clement has the details.
The new office will be located in the college's Shunia building and is designated for officers in the primary response and community outreach branches to catch up on reports and provide a space for off-site interviews. Staff Sergeant Jason Anderson says the office space at the police station is limited, so having the campus office gives them the chance to leave the station and meet the community. He adds that having more officers on campus will also give the police service an opportunity to engage with students and address their specific needs.
We're going to be here during the school hours. So especially with the international students, they might not be comfortable approaching police at this time because they're new, may not know what we're like, but this is going to give them an opportunity to meet us, kind of realize that we're just people, we're approachable, we're here to help, we can answer any questions that they have.
Anderson says it also gives students in the Police Foundations course a chance to build relationships and ask questions.
There's a lot of students that are here in the policing course amongst the other courses, and if they're hoping for a career in policing, it's a great opportunity for them to engage with officers and ask those questions and get real answers.
Confederation College President Kathleen Lynch says they're excited about this new arrangement. She says they partner with the police at various events over the years, and she hopes having officers on campus will engage students in a positive way.
They can approach an officer and, Thunder Bay Police has been really willing to see what they can do to make students feel more comfortable. And we have students coming from all over Ontario, all over Northwestern Ontario, all over the world, and different students have different relationships with their police forces. So, maybe they haven't always had a positive relationship with police, so this is an opportunity to have a positive interaction with police.
Officers will have access to the office space from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Jessica Clement, TBT News.
The Thunder Bay Public Library held its first of 4 public consultation meetings last night regarding their upcoming master facilities plan. Library officials are aiming for a centralized location at the Intercity Shopping Centre, with some in the public not yet sold on the idea. The first meeting was held at the County Fair Mall location with more than 20 people attending. Community members had questions about the centralized location, including the price tag and how it may affect neighborhood locations. Library CEO Richard Togman was pleased with the turnout to the first session and says it represents how important the library is for the community.
It really speaks to their dedication. It's pretty easy these days to click a button online or to shoot off an email, but it really shows how much people care when they're taking few hours out of their evening after a long day, at work or at school, and showing up in real life and having their voices heard.
Centralized location, I'm still not sold on. Paying for all that renovation in a place that I don't know will last for another 100 years, and being responsible to be the cornerstone of a really big commitment, I'm not sold on. I want to hear more about how that would actually work out. It's worth talking about.
The second of 4 consultation sessions will take place next Wednesday evening at the Mary J. L. Black Library. 182 fire rangers and incident management personnel from Ontario have been deployed to support the firefighting efforts in Alberta. A province-wide state of emergency has been declared there as the result of numerous wildfires. Along with personnel, Ministry of Natural Resources officials say they've also sent pumps, hoses, and other equipment to Alberta. The 182 personnel represents a significant portion of the roughly 800 people the M&R employs to fight wildfires here in a typical year. Officials say that while they're committed to supporting Alberta, they are also maintaining capacity to respond to new wildfires in Ontario. They say the best way to support the firefighters in Alberta is to be vigilant here at home.
We want everybody to ensure that we're mitigating human-caused fires as much as possible. So just paying attention to the weather conditions and being smart about having open fires on your property, and just staying up to date at ontario.ca/forestfires, where you can also find the interactive map that includes all updates on the current fire situation here in Ontario.
Hayward says rain and cooler weather have meant relatively low fire hazard levels in the northwest, but risk levels can change quickly as conditions become warmer and drier throughout the long weekend. He urges everyone to be fire smart and not leave any fire unattended. Rainy River OPP have laid a long list of charges against 2 people following an alleged assault and robbery incident at a Fort Frances residence early Monday morning. A 42-year-old Fort Frances man has been charged with pointing a firearm and uttering threats of death or bodily harm. The suspect and a 33-year-old Fort Frances woman are also charged with forcible confinement, robbery with theft, and trafficking charges. OPP say the victim suffered minor injuries. Manitoba is taking another step towards twinning the Trans-Canada Highway between Falcon Lake and the Ontario border.
Safety is also of utmost concern to us. Our priority as a government has always been to ensure when upgrading our provincial highway network, we do so with keeping safety of all travelers in mind.
The undivided portion of the highway in eastern Manitoba has seen several fatal crashes, including a collision in July of 2019 that killed a father and son from Dryden. Ontario has already started construction in phases on twinning the highway on that side of the border. Manitoba is starting work on a 700-meter stretch at the border to align with construction in Ontario. The shores of Lake Superior have always had a rich history, and water levels were once far higher than they are now. On the banks of the McIntyre River flowing through the Lakehead University campus are signs of habitation by Indigenous people several thousand years ago. And now LU archaeology students are learning how to carefully excavate the sites. Carl Langdon reports.
Multiple sites on LU's campus are providing students with opportunities to obtain valuable experience excavating, an opportunity that would typically require extensive travel, bypassing a major hurdle for many students.
Well, we have a really rare opportunity to explore the Indigenous landscape of northwestern Ontario in the traditional lands of Fort William First Nation and learn more about that ancient history, so a very ancient history of about 5,000 years.
A significant portion of the artifacts that have been dug up are related to toolmaking and are often found to be made from a local iron-bearing rock named taconite, which was easily worked and capable of maintaining a sharp edge.
All along the McIntyre River, it's really neat. There's lots of stone fragments from people making stone tools. So it's really neat to see how people were occupying the site even that far back.
Although the most common finds were items produced from local materials, the region has also hosted discoveries that encompassed materials from elsewhere, including an uncharacteristically large double-faced tool made from materials that originated hundreds of miles away in North Dakota. Archaeology student Mei Lon Dowling describes her attempt at making a stone tool herself.
We had these leather hides on our laps, and we had a big piece of rock that would be good material to make. And in this location, it's called taconite. And this is actually taconite. It is a dark red and kind of also a dark black color mixed together. And so it's kind of easily breakable like glass.
The site excavation will conclude this weekend, but with so much potential for local discoveries.
This one's 9,000, yeah.
Lakehead students are expected to have plenty of opportunities to learn the practical skills related to excavation. Carl Langdon, TBT News.
It's a big milestone for the Fort William Golf and Country Club, as it's officially opened for its 100th season today. While it wasn't an ideal first day to hit the greens, the course has a rich history that club officials hope to celebrate during events throughout the summer. A number of displays showcasing that history have been set up in the clubhouse, and there will be themed tournaments, live music, and a vintage car display and more over the next few months. General Manager Stacey Hutton says it's going to be a fantastic season and explains what this milestone means to those who have been part of the club for decades.
Not only did they get to come and golf, but a lot of them helped in building the course and the clubhouse, and they have some really cool stories, definitely some things that wouldn't be going on anymore now, but we've heard everything from events that they dressed up at, their Mother's Day brunches, fashion shows, Christmas parties.
While some of the events will be members only this summer, many are open to the public for a full list to be found on the Country Club's website. A reimagined version of the classic The Grinch Who Stole Christmas will hit the Magnus Theatre stage this weekend. The Grunch is being performed by All the Days Productions and will feature over 40 young actors from ages 7 to 11.
How can a critic be a good critic when nothing we see is top-notch?
The play tells the story of Rudy Grunch, a grumpy sixth grader who always feels like an outsider. When the entire school gets excited about the annual musical, she comes up with the perfect plan to ruin it for everyone. The cast and crew have been busy at the rehearsal site before bringing the show to the Magnus stage. Creative director Marcia Arpin says it will be a great experience for the young actors.
It adds to the professionalism of what it is that we want to role model for them as capable youth that are often much more professional and hardworking than a lot of the adults that I tend to work with, because they're so eager and they're so ready and take on the responsibility of acting, much like anyone I've ever known.
There will be 3 showings of The Grunch, Saturday night at 7:30, Sunday afternoon at 3, and Sunday night at 7:30. Tickets are available at the Magnus Theatre box office or on the Magnus website. Lakehead Public Schools celebrated the achievements and successes of grade 8 students with their annual Awards of Excellence last night. In total, 23 students, 1 from each public school, were presented with the Excellence Award in front of their parents, guardians, grade 8 teachers, and school administrators. The award recognizes students who have achieved high standards of academic excellence, as well as demonstrated leadership within the school and their community. Sophia Marcon was the recipient for Nor'Westerview Public School. She says she's helped out around her school and community, including being a volunteer soccer referee and fundraising for the Polar Bear Plunge. She hopes to continue that through high school and has big aspirations for the next phase in her life.
I would like to be involved in lots of sports. I like doing sports a lot, and volunteering and helping out around the school, and becoming a student trustee and being on student council and valedictorian would be nice.
We feel it's really important to recognize excellence in our students. We know that when they go to high school, most of these students will be the student leaders. We're thrilled to be able to recognize their hard work, their achievement.
It was the annual charity basketball game at Hammersholt High School this afternoon in support of Special Olympics Thunder Bay. The high school varsity Vikings tipped off against members of the Lakehead Thunderwolves and Thunder Bay Police. Then at halftime, special needs classes from Hammersholt and Westgate took the floor for their own exhibition matchup. Mike Lang has the story.
It was a packed Hammersholt gymnasium for the Special Olympics charity basketball game.
While the focus is normally on Thunderwolves athletes like Chume and Wigwe and Tyler Jett, Friday afternoon was about the special needs athletes. They had the chance to be the stars of a 15-minute exhibition game at halftime in front of their entire high school community.
I just think it gives them opportunities to show how important community is, as well as seeing the varsity athletes. The kids go and spend their weekends watching these athletes dominate the courts, and now they get to see it in their own gyms or, playing against them in a different perspective.
Among the special needs athletes was Westgate's Nolan Blunden, who was recently named School Athlete of the Year by Special Olympics Ontario.
Today, it was like a very good day for me, because I get to come here and play basketball and try to score a lot of points and stuff.
As for the game itself between the high school varsity Vikings, Thunderwolves, and Thunder Bay Police, it made for some friendly competition for the local athletes, like Sarah Azzolini, who played for Hammersholt before joining the Thunderwolves basketball team this year.
How much do you want to beat your old team?
Oh my gosh, I got some buddies on the other team and I will not live it down if I don't, so I gotta go hardcore right now. Personally, I have a lot of friends involved with Special Olympics, so it's an honor to be able to play for them and help them out.
The charity basketball game raises several $1,000s each year. Blunden is among the group of Westgate and Hammersholt athletes who will be competing in the Special Olympics Ontario School Championships next month in Kingston. Mike Lang, TBT News.
Well, turning to weather now, Mitch, we finally got hit with that rain that we were avoiding.
And it is here. It came and it lasted throughout the day. For golfers, not the best look outside. We saw with the Fort William Country Club. Not good conditions. Low of 5, only making its way up to 10. So that averaged around 16 for this time of year. So cool conditions. Plenty of light rain throughout the day. There was a couple breaks, but mostly rain on the way. The wind from the northwest gusting from 8 to 20 kilometers. Now, as we head out west, the rain was pushing farther west, heading east. Currently, that has made its way past out of the area. Temperatures at 17 in Fort Frances. A little warmer as we head to Kenora with partly cloudy skies. Currently in Red Lake, clouds in the area, stopping the rain as well. 20 right now with temperatures down to 19 in Sioux Lookout. Some warmer conditions out west, and they'll continue in Armstrong at 18 with plenty of sunshine. It's going to be fairly clear throughout the night, along with Greenstone at 15, while farther east, Sault Ste. Marie could see some more rain as the storm is kind of pushing farther east, sitting in the area. It's going to swirl a bit, so a little bit more rain heading into tomorrow for Sault Ste. Marie. Now, tonight here in Thunder Bay, temperatures, they're going to be dropping down to 6, partly cloudy skies. The wind is going to be picking up from the west-northwest, gusting from 9 to 28 kilometers. But good news for the long weekend. There are some nice warm temperatures on the way.
I'm very excited for those warm temperatures, Mitch, and some good news as well for air travelers, as WestJet and their pilots have come to a last-minute deal. We'll have all those details for you as your Friday News Hour continues.
I'd say we're back in full operation by Sunday.